Welcome to Challenge Chess, a new series on the Will Taylor Chess channel in which I have to win a game of chess while completing a challenge all before the clock runs out. In this first episode, I'll be playing against my brother in a 10-minute rapid game with my challenge being to make 10 3-point shots while we play. Will I be able to clutch the win, or will the wasted time in me having to rebound for myself mean I come up short? But first, to see who gets to play with white, a quick 1v1, first to 3. Toby starts with the ball lackadaisically dribbling in, pulls up slowly. How on earth have you fallen for that pump fake, you moron, Will? And he cashes that, doesn't even use the backboard, front double bicep to flex on him, drives in again, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, surely not, shame on me. After two completely moronic block attempts, you see a third that really paints a picture of how bad this defense is from Will Taylor Chess. His defense clearly lacking. Can he make up for it with some meaningful attack? Keeping the ball nice and far away from the defender, he quickly blows a kiss to camera, steps back and absolutely splashes that. Let's get a replay, look at that. Will he be able to do the same again? He saunters in, drags it to the left, Toby bites, he's creating a little bit of space there, and then slowly pulls up, he doesn't bite on the block. Cash, baby. Didn't even wait to see that it had gone in. He knew the shot was gold and walks away like Steph Curry. What a go. And then, oh my lord, round the back, blows by, dinks it off the glass there. A quick slow motion replay showing Toby left in the dust here, tapping it off the glass and leaving that net swinging in the wind. 3-2. Will starts with white. A nice firm handshake to kick things off. You can see my remaining time is in the bottom right and you can track the game on the board in the top right with an eval bar to give you an idea of the position. After establishing a dynamic ortho schnapp as the battlefield for this game, we see the first attempt to start putting up threes. 9 minutes 50, only 10 seconds in. The first shot ricocheting harshly off the backboard. The next finding its way out the rim, unfortunately so close yet so far. And as we see, I have to now sprint back to the board to make my move, my time already ticking away. After making the fearless decision to allow an en passant discovered check, I decided to desperately try and get at least the first bucket in. The first shot doesn't seem to go, but the second floats up beautifully and banks in. Cash money, baby. 1 down in 30 seconds. This is boding well. The first big mistake of the game, leaving that soft b7 square unguarded from where the queen can go and grab that pawn. Not perfectly punished, but the pawn is nonetheless grabbed. I also take this opportunity to go and get some more shots up, only 45 seconds used, pulling up for the first, high arc and in off the bank again, making that 2 threes in a mere 45 seconds as Toby does find the best move, queen c6. I put up another shot. Unfortunately, I'm met with an extremely loud brick as I run to get the ball and return to the board, feeling good about my winning chances. At this point it becomes evident how blatantly unfit I am as my cardio is 2 minutes into this already waning. The king is forced up, and although I wasn't able to win the rook, his majesty's displacement is by far enough to give me a meaningful advantage here. Although I do have to be careful as knight d7 threatens to trap the queen.
Oh, I'm messing with my queen trapped.
After a hefty 20-second deliberation, I do manage to find the best move, immediately getting up and going to get more shots up. The first one harshly coming off the backboard again, but the second squared up the shoulders and cashed that straight in. Another, even heftier deliberation, wondering how to address the idea of knight b4, knight c2, before deciding on the bold queenside castle. Toby goes for f6, looking to find solace for his king on f7, as I rather foolishly continue to put up shots while my own clock is diminishing. Realising his plan to put his king on f7, I decided to destroy the pawn structure here, such that queen h5 check maybe became a resource in the future, without his ability to play g6, and after he recaptures, calmly developing the knight ready to bring the rook to the e-file.
Oh man, my beard's not long enough to stroke.
After finally deciding to capture the pawn, trying to give that rook on the d-file some activity, I proceed to have the worst shooting session in the whole video, going 0 from 8 with more bricks than Legoland. After finding the best move, trying to exploit that weak king with queen h5 check, I then decide to practice my form as if that's going to change anything about the fact that I just missed 8 buckets in a row. And finally, as Toby retreats his king to g8, hoping to find safety, I manage to get the 4th bucket, banking it in, leaving the net swinging gloriously in the wind. With only half my time remaining, I'm desperate to have half of the 3s made, going for the 5th, unfortunately to no avail. Coming back to the board to see a mere 4 minutes on my clock with 6 3s left and a game to win. Queen g4 hitting both the king and the knight somehow evades my tactical consideration, and instead I elect for rook d4 with ideas of rook g4 in the future. Bamboozled by my brother's decision not to take on a2, exploiting the pin that the queen exerts on the knight, I slide across with that rook, forcing the bishop to g7. Some romantic ideas already brewing away. After a reasonable think, a tentative hand reaches in to bring that rook from the h-file across to e1. A missed win walking straight into knight d3 forking. Fortunately, tempted by the a2 pawn, Toby grabs it, leaving the rook on e1 charged with tactical potential energy. Another unfortunate bout of shooting, that 5th bucket escaping me, I return to the board, playing king c2, finally changing my angle, approaching from the side, sending it high into the sky and splashing that down, a little celebration, showing the pure jubilation at hitting that 5th shot. And it's at this fateful point in the game that Toby plays the mistake f5, attacking my rook, desperately trying to escape the pressure down that g-file, as I put up another shot which banks in beautifully, giving me 6 from 10 with 2.5 minutes left. I return to the board, confused initially at what he'd even played, because my mind was on one thing and one thing only, and that was sacrificing the rook, baby. Brilliant move, luring the king out. This was the reason that I put the rook on e1, however erroneously in the first place.
Oh dear, boy. Oh dear.
And after that king was drawn out, rook to e7 check. The king is left with 3 different moves, all of them leading to mate in one with queen f7. And at this point, knowing that the mate is forced, my task becomes 4 shots in 2 minutes. After a horrific first shot and a long spell of bricks, I return to the board, Toby's fate already sealed, and play queen f7 checkmate. But of course my clock is still running, I've got to make 4 3s in a minute and a half, rebounding for myself. The first one doesn't go, but then, without the pressure of the chess game, I decide to unleash my inner Steph Curry. The following 20 seconds of footage may be disturbing to children. It showcases talent which may be extremely overwhelming to the underdeveloped mind.
Alright. 3 more.
You ladies alright? Now, as I just saved your guys' life, I think the very least you can do is like the video. Maybe if you're feeling extra generous, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. I put so many hours into editing this video, so hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more episodes of Challenge Chess where we do different kind of things, for sure I've got some ideas already, like a pull-ups challenge for instance, given my massive lats, then let me know in the comments, just generally speaking if you like the series, but also any particular ideas you have for things you'd like to see in the future. If you'd like to support the channel, please check out the links in the description. Thank you so much for watching, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.